Build KZN on the rebuilding of KZN. That's where I'm going next. Last week, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula visiting the province and witnessed the extent of the flood damage firsthand. In fact, he was in a helicopter for much of it. Promises were also made to get the affected roads functioning again, but much easier said than done. Let's get a bit more on the interventions of how to fix these roads, get them up and running again. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Transport, the chairperson, Mr. Mosebenzi Zwane, joining us this morning. Mr. Zwane, good morning to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let me bring this into the conversation. We are hearing, according to the Premier of KZN, Fikile Mbalula, the KZN road repair bill going to cost about 5.6 billion rand. Where on earth are we going to find that money?
Good morning, Gareth, with your viewers. You will remember that as the Portfolio Committee, we made a clarion call on Tuesday that all provinces, all national departments should actually attend urgently to the situation in KZN. I am glad and happy that that clarion call was heeded. We even saw the president in KZN. We ourselves as a portfolio committee are also coming in KZN from Thursday up until Saturday. We will then be taking a report back to the Department of Transport and asking them to take us along in terms of the entities that are responsible for roads at national level, like your SANRAL, and what the provinces can actually help in ensuring that our roads are back to their normal conditions. As you will know, that Durban is one of the economic hubs in South Africa, and bad roads will also affect the day-to-day running of people's lives in Durban. So we will be calling a meeting after our visit to KZN with the Department of Transport. We want to urge those who can help, whether it be private sector, our entities, to try and reprioritize and ensure that we take Durban back to its normal conditions for the normal life of people and that of the economy.
And it's so important, and you're absolutely correct. We have one of the biggest ports in the country. Southern Africa economy depends on the port as well. And I'm just curious to get the thoughts then of if the Premier gets his way, 5.6 billion rand is what he estimates is needed for roads, a call for this to be declared a national disaster. As far as the Committee on Transport is concerned, do you believe that you have to give over 5.6 billion rand? Would you agree with the Premier? And do we have that money? Can you dig into the government coffers to find 5.6 billion rand?
Well, that is a bigger call, to be quite frank. That is what is needed by the province. As the Portfolio Committee, we will support any endeavor that helps the province to get back to its normal. And that is why we'll hold a meeting with the department. We want to believe that the Premier is correct, that we should all focus. And this is actually a disaster on its own. As President said himself on Saturday when he was in a church in Mpumalanga, that this is one of the disasters that has actually befell this country after COVID-19, after July unrest, and we see this as one of the disasters. It is a disaster that needs to be attended as such.
And when we talk about attending to these matters as such, we can't fix all the roads, I imagine, Mr. Zwane, in one shot. These things have to be first evaluated, engineers have to be brought in, experts have to be brought in as well. But where is the focus in KZN? Where would you imagine the focus is? If I'm looking at the visuals now, it's the highway and the main roads leading to the harbour. That, for me, would be a priority. But tell me what the priority would be for you, roads-wise and transport-wise.
I was encouraged by the report that the Premier tabled yesterday. I was watching him on TV. We want to agree with him, but also, as I have said, we need to speedily ensure that we recover all the major and main roads that leads to the economic hubs, those that will make economy to get back to its normal state, not forgetting people's lives, but that will be the main focus.
And I'll leave this as my last question with you, Mr. Zwane. So if there is an evaluation done and there's an agreement with Premier Zikalala that 5.6 billion rand is needed for roads and the committee agrees, what's the next step after that? How does the committee help the Premier get this money? Is it your job at all to assist in getting the finances, or whose responsibility is it?
Well, as we know, Treasury will play a critical role in ensuring that a meeting is called, whereupon all the national departments will put their heads together and see how do they contribute to this disaster. On our side, as a portfolio committee, as I'm saying, we will be in Durban or eThekwini from Thursday night up until Saturday, playing an oversight that will be taken back to Parliament, meet with the Department of Transport, and see how best can it help in this situation.
Well, for the moment, I appreciate your time in speaking to us. Parliament's Portfolio Committee Chairperson on Transport, Mosebenzi Zwane, joining us for the moment. You can see, of course, it's still very unclear just the kind of damage we're actually talking about. The government officials still need to travel down there from the committee to go and take a real look at what is going on. But the call of 5.6 billion rand to repair KZN roads, one has to ask, where in the world is that money going to come from?